In the upstairs bedroom of this upstate New York home, a group of 13-year-old boys is carrying out a reign of terror on screen.
Oh man, this is bad.
That would put them on the nation's most wanted list in real life.
It's my general object of this game. Kill as many people as you can, get as many stars as you can.
They're deep into a video game called Grand Theft Auto 3, where players assume the role of an escaped convict who hijacks cars, guns down pedestrians,
Oh, dude.
has sex with a prostitute,
Want me to shoot her?
Yes.
then earns extra points by killing her so he can snatch back his money.
It's as close as you can get to killing someone without being arrested or really killing someone.
The technical wizardry has attracted loyal fans, but the graphic violence has attracted angry critics. Denounced by Congress here in the U.S., the game has been outlawed in Australia, and several other countries are also considering bans. Despite, or perhaps because of such complaints, Grand Theft Auto 3 is the nation's top-selling video game this year, and a particularly big hit with teenage boys.
I just think it makes it more exciting because you're not supposed to have it. So I think that's why a lot of people our age buy it.
Actually, they talk their parents into buying it for them. With its M or mature rating, Grand Theft Auto is not intended for anyone younger than 17. Even so, Lawrence Jones convinced his mother to buy the game.
I don't think that it's going to impact on him. I don't think it's going to erode morals or anything else. It's no different than the movies that they go to.
But James Oppenheim, who reviews video games and other software for children, says there is a difference, a big one. Children are not just watching violence on screen, they're acting it out in increasingly realistic settings. But is it possible that Oppenheim has it wrong? That parents who allow their children to play gruesome games like Grand Theft Auto might actually be helping their children in some way? The 13-year-olds in Monticello, New York, say the game does provide a release.
When I get mad, I just play these and get all my angry thoughts out of my head.
It's just something fun to do. It takes your mind off of things.
But these boys also admit that the line between fantasy and reality is not always so clear.
It's like you gotta stop it. It's like you can't. My palms get sweaty and I get nervous if I'm about to do something hard in the video game. I don't know, it's like an adrenaline rush.
Someone would think if it's that easy on the game, you could probably do it in real life.
Critics worry that these increasingly ferocious games are desensitizing children to violence. Much was made of the fact that the boys who opened fire on their classmates in Columbine were obsessed with a fatalistic game called Doom. But there is no conclusive research that establishes a clear link between violent video games and aggressive behavior.
And you were just telling me in the break you disagree with just about everything those 13-year-olds had to say.
Yes, I do. I don't play the game as a release or because it's, quote, the closest you can get to killing a person without killing a person. I play the game, it's more of a challenge. Just like any other video game, the object of the game is to get through the game in any way you can, quickly as possible.
Subject matter really irrelevant? In other words, if this were cars racing or a bicycle race, it would be just as exciting to you?
Yeah, one of the great aspects about Grand Theft Auto 3 is that it's not simply about going around killing people, murdering police officers. There are many other aspects of the game that the developers have put in there for the sole purpose of drawing attention away from the violence, such as there are car races, as you said, you can fly airplanes.
As you watch those 13-year-olds talking about the game, do you have a slightly queasy feeling that a game like this should not be played by kids quite that young?
Definitely. I was actually quite troubled by the 13-year-olds. Most of the people I know who play the game are 17 or 18, and they seem to have a much more realistic grasp on the game, and the line between fantasy and reality is quite clear for them. The 13-year-olds, after watching them play the game, I think their parents should definitely reconsider allowing them to have that game. I do realize that it is quite easy to go out and have an adult buy a game for you, but the parents are supposed to be monitoring what their kids are playing.
Take us through a little bit of this. What are you doing here?
Right now, I am in a stolen vehicle. That is the easiest way to acquire vehicles. I'm in basically the free mode part of the game. It's where you can do whatever you want, just drive around.
Or you just smashed into a police
car. That's because I'm talking to you.
That's I understand, but, you know, there's no sense of whoops, I just hit a police car, right?
If you do hit a police car more than once, they start to come after you.
If the assumption is that it's only a game and it doesn't really have a negative effect on the person who's playing the game, then why should there be any kind of limit?
If it allows the person to develop some aspect of their self without detrimenting that person, I think the limit is irrelevant.
Okay. And I guess that's one of the questions, and those are among the questions that I'll be asking our other guests, and thank you very much. And I don't want you to feel that I'm beating up on you here. It's very nice of you to come in and very nice of you to be such a good sport and explain in behalf of all the GTA fans.
No problem.
Thank you. It must be difficult as a cop to watch a game where cops are being offed left and right.
It is. It's I understand it's a game, so it's not real reality. But in the reality that some people live in, they don't step away from that. Violence is a form of power for a lot of people in the streets. And a gun makes a little person big. And some of them live by the gun out there. So to do this game and to live in their reality might be very difficult. For someone like Steve, it's probably not a problem.
Mr. Garbarino, I know you've looked at some of the studies that have been done. I don't think a whole lot has been done that has even partially demonstrated that there is a correlation between playing this kind of a game and actually acting it out. But is there any kind of correlation?
Well, I think the evidence is new because the technology is new. But, you know, it took us decades to demonstrate that the effect of TV violence on kids' aggressive behavior is about as strong as the effect of smoking on cancer, lung cancer. Most people who smoke don't get lung cancer. Most people who watch TV don't act in really violent ways, but the effect is there. And I think what little research there is already on violent video games is really proving 2 points, or eventually will be shown to prove 2 points. One, that the mechanism of holding the weapon in your hand and shooting at the screen does get you ready to kill. Doesn't make you a killer, but breaks down the inhibition. And then the other thing is that the constant submerging yourself in the imagery of violence does increase violent thinking, violent feelings, in some studies, violent actions. It's all kind of new, but part of me, the question is, why take the risk?
Matter of curiosity, Sergeant, you say you've been on the force 23 years?
Yes, sir, 23 and a half.
Of all the causes out there, I'm asking you, where would you put a game like this?
Oh, this is a game, but it's a violent game. There is a thing as an urban terror, and some kids in some corners are controlled by armed youth who are urban terrorists. And this game isn't part of that for the average person, but for someone who lives in that neighborhood, his reality is different than Steve's.